Today's XDefiant video is brought to you by the word burnout. Hey everyone, and welcome to a new XDefiant video. Before we get started, I just want to say this is not a hit piece. This is not me targeting a certain person, mainly in the title. This is more of a video basically because I didn't want to type all this. I decided it'd be better to put it in video form and just upload it online so I can get my whole point across. Basically, as well, for this specific person and anyone that may share a similar mindset to said person. Starting with some of the things that they were saying regarding no new content as of right now, which I pretty much just jotted down to them, just pretty much hard at work on season 3. You kind of saw how we're actually a week away from the mid-season patch, but before that, it seems like every single time they're hard at work fixing the netcode, fixing issues, or anything like that, they kind of just disappear. But then as soon as, the patch comes out, Mark Rubin and everyone else seems to be kind of active on social media and whatnot. So kind of think of it like, from a work perspective, every time we get to talk with them, they're probably on break or on lunch. But right after that, it's straight to work where they can't really socialize with us as much as they normally can. Next up is the private matches, and more specifically the third mid-season map that we're getting, which is Signal. It's going to basically be a linear map for those of you that, I don't know if you like those maps or not, but I came across Espresso's video because he was sponsored by Ubisoft and he was kind of covering the rest of the content. And he pretty much said that that we were pretty much getting it on the 20th. So unless he would specifically say, hey everyone, this video was sponsored by Ubisoft and everything he said was a lie, then I don't know. But he's a credible source. So I would pretty much say that the mid-season patch will more than likely happen on the 20th. So as of me recording this, expect it on next Wednesday actually. So the next thing too is when you're playing this game and you run into the same people, that's kind of become a specific thing with XDefiant given how small the community is. You're going to run into the same people, especially with when the whole matchmaking thing. It'll pretty much put you with people of, actually from what I've seen, it puts me either on West or Central, even though I've noticed most of the community seems to be on East Side servers. So I don't know. Maybe at some point they can fix this for some of us that don't want to run into the same people by letting us pick which servers we want to be in instead of just automatically putting us. Because I guess for me personally, I don't mind running into the same people. It's just kind of just a thing. Some people, I guess it's not a good thing to be running into the same people, but all the more reason of if we live in a small world, especially in the XDefiant scene, doesn't hurt to just add them, be nice, and who knows, you might make a new thing. Because I ran into the same people once or twice, and at some point they just add me. So, maybe just reach out. You could be, running into the same people, and sooner or later, if you decide to bite the bullet and decide to add them, you can make some friendships out of that. Next was the whole playing rank thing. Not everyone plays rank. Me personally, I'm just waiting for the player base to increase so that the Q times 4 rank aren't so horrific. Because when I play casual, just regular pubs, I can get into a match in less than a minute or so. But I remember when I was playing ranked, it averaged from 5 to 10 minutes. And on top of that, I'm waiting for them to add a vote to surrender feature, because there are times where some people will, just because some people just don't believe in comebacks. So we could be losing by 50, 100 points, and instead of buckling down and trying to get the comeback, they'll just leave. And in some situations, I've been in matches where I'm the only one left. So I'd rather not put myself through a ranked situation where I either have to sit at spawn until the timer goes down and it's a loss, or I end up leaving and potentially face a penalty because I had to stay in an unwinnable match. Next is community challenges. Not a good example to calculate the player base, as the current one that we didn't finish, the reward was just for a battle pass. So realistically, it's not really worth going, especially with it involving ultras. A lot of people, me included, don't really use, except for the echelons, they'll pretty much pop it off because it's very versatile. But some people will specifically play a faction only for their abilities and their passives. but never touch the ultras, or the ones that do, the second there's a dead sec on the other team, they never touch it for fear of what if they just use it and then it immediately gets taken away. Or in my case with the highwayman, I don't know if it ever got fixed, but I still run into that issue where if I shoot the highwayman ult, I get stuck, and if it at random cases it just boots me to the main menu because reasons. So sometimes I'll play the highwayman specifically just for better reload and fire rate, but I will pretty much never use their ult because of the risk of what if I pop off, use the ult, I'm back at the main menu. The game may feel still, but only if you keep playing it and playing it without ever trying anything new. Especially with the game's current state, you're just going to burn yourself out if you just keep playing it at the way it is. It's better to just play a few matches, and the second you feel like that, this game's getting repetitive or something, just take a break, play something else, because then once you come back, you kind of find yourself refreshed and ready to play more matches again. That's usually what I do. It's the reason why I'm not a pure XDefiant channel. I play other games too, because if I was purely XDefiant, I'd run the risk of being on the same boat as those people that play only one game, but the second the game does not have any new content or anything of that sort, it'll just lead to faster burnout. You can only do so much with the limited things going on in XDefiant. Overall, because the game lacks players, the biggest thing to do is start having the community help with the advertising. One thing, I saw a video by Jack of All Trades, I'll link it in the description, but if us, the players, leave the relevancy of XDefiant purely on the devs, the game will lose players and slowly fade from existence. The devs are pretty much setting up the building, and it's up to us as a community to pretty much build the community ourselves. Think of it like, I'll give an example right now, but a way to describe the current advertising of XDefiant is Call of Duty. They have the money to print billboards, they have ads and everything like that. XDefiant in its current state, it's pretty much just us standing in the corner of the street handing out flyers, because time and time again, I've made so many clips, and some people will say, aside from the ones that are saying dead game or who still plays this, there are some people who have never heard of XDefiant. You like, when you think about how many people there are in the world, and we're currently at around 8,000, maybe 20,000 on a good day, that we barely even scratch the existence of being, noticed. So more than likely, we got to step it up with, getting word out, make clips, make videos, anything that can get the word out, because as of now, if we're purely leaving it on the devs, this game's not going to grow. The devs are basically fixing the netcode, they're adding features and all that, but if we're not the ones going out there and showcasing what the devs have been doing, no matter what they do, no one's going to know that this game even exists. Think of it like Fortnite. I remember how I said I was going to come back to that. But remember at the start, it was trying to go against PUBG. People called it a children's version of Battle Royale. And you remember how the beginning seasons weren't the best, but it took the community showcasing the fun and skill moments of the game. Because nowadays, whenever you think of how did Fortnite grow so big, aside from Epic getting, well, ironically big, what content creators come to mind whenever you're like, what really made Fortnite take off? Because it doesn't start off slow. It slowly snowballs, and then eventually, once more people start to hear about it, they try out the game, because maybe they're stuck playing a certain game, and it takes someone big to basically convince them to try something else. Or if enough people talk about a game, it gets them to talk about the game and try it themselves. I say this a lot, but again, take a break from the game, not drop it completely, but if you're a content creator and feel like this game is dwindling, just play something else, or just pretty much, keep it that. Play something else or take a break, as I keep saying, until that spark comes back. Because if you're someone that's making content, and remember, we're kind of on the magnifying glass of Call of Duty players. The second we say anything negative about this game, they basically make a huge deal out of that and say, see, this game is boring, go play something else, or go play Call of Duty, it's better than this. We can't really be like, there's nothing wrong with giving criticism of this game, that's fine, but unfortunately we're kind of working with Ubisoft here, and similar to the devs lacking any resources, we're just going to have to work with what we have to basically showcase the best of XDefiant. Again, the closest thing I could find was, again, Jack of all trades video, which wanted to start a community event, a proper one. But aside from that, we pretty much have to wait until private matches gets introduced before more specifically he can plan on that. I'm just going to be one of the people spreading the word on it. But aside from that, there's, we pretty much have to step it up on, if you're a content creator, make more clips, make more videos. I don't know if you need more help with that. I can kind of give you some advice if you want, and leave it in the comments if there's certain things that you struggle with. Because if you go through my shorts, or even specifically this video, you may think, damn, he must have a good setup. But realistically, most of my things come from just me editing from a PS5 and my phone. So I don't have a good setup. The only good setup that I have is just the mic itself. But aside from that, I'm running on some bare basic stuff. So again, and I've had multiple times where I've seen some people, and from me posting so many clips, I eventually be like, oh, this game looks fun. What's it called? XDefiant. Oh, I never heard about it. I'll give it a try. Because again, no one's heard about this game. But yeah, I feel like I kind of went a little bit off topic there. But yeah, if the game feels like it's dying, or it feels like, you're losing hope on it, it's kind of time. Like I said, if you're able to take the time to make a video showcasing your discouragement towards XDefiant, you can probably do the opposite of that and, do your best. Because like I said, stream it, make clips, do all that to showcase it. Because otherwise, when we don't stream, we don't make content, we start getting those people that are using Twitch numbers as examples of this game dying. But realistically, there's not much we can showcase. And I'm pretty sure we can easily have a bunch of people, even if it's one viewer, you got to start somewhere. But I'm pretty sure we can have a lot of people just, everyone playing their own session, everyone showcasing how they play this game. And even if it gets a little bump, all it takes is a certain lucky moment for one of them to blow up and start showcasing it to a lot of people. Given how last time I think I saw Ubisoft streaming XDefiant, and they rated a small channel, and that small channel pretty much was having 200 people. Honestly, really proud of that person. I don't remember their name, but they beat out those people that are basically just running loops and just running, like they're not even streaming, they're just Twitch farm dropping, and every time those channels go down for a bit, that's what dwindles the viewer count, and that's what people are always looking at, saying, see, this game's dying now, which I don't know why they're using that as a comparison. But yeah, aside from the Jack of all trades video, which again, it'll be a link in the description, just try your best to try to showcase this game, advertise it yourself. Don't just put it on the devs. If it feels dead, take a break from the game, because again, that's going to lead to burnout. And once you get to burnout, it makes it very difficult to come back to this game. Especially since, again, the devs have been hyping Season 3. But that won't be until like a week before Christmas. So we're about a month away. So it's a little too soon to be trying to say this game's dying or this game's becoming stale, when most of the big stuff is happening next season. We haven't even given XDefiant a full year. It's a little too soon to be saying this game's done for. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment what you think, and yeah, follow all my socials. Those all will be in the description as well. And until next time, I'll see you later, everyone.